There is something very wrong with this Lasius neoniger queen ant. If you look closely at the abdomen, you'll see a thread-like object. That thread-like object is a myrmidid nematode. Myrmidid nematodes are nematodes that belong to the family Myrmididae, which are parasites of arthropods. However, when I first saw this worm, I confused it with the Gordian hairworm. Although these worms look very similar, in fact, Gordian hairworms are in a completely different phylum from nematodes. However, these worms are very similar in their appearance and life cycle. This myrmidid nematode emerged from the abdomen of the queen ant, and I've trapped it here in the test tube for visibility. Unfortunately, I was not able to film the worm emerging. Both Gordian hairworms and myrmidid nematodes emerge from the abdomen of their insect hosts. Both of these parasites usually kill the host. It is truly astounding the variety of organisms that these worms can infect. This is due to their complex and unique life cycle. The life cycle of both these worms begin in water. Hatched myrmidid nematodes will look for a host in the water. They will grow and develop and emerge as adults to lay eggs. The same applies to Gordian hairworms. In this diagram, they're showing a second host. What is interesting about both of these worms is that they can transfer to a second host if they're eaten by another insect. These are microscopic images taken of myrmidid nematodes. The top right image is showing the mouth parts of the worm. You can see it has a sharp appendage used to pierce the host. This is an image of black fly larvae, which live in water, that are infected by myrmidid nematodes. Contrary to myrmidid nematodes, Gordian hairworm larvae look very different than their adults. In these images, you can clearly see that Gordian hairworm larvae have very distinct mouthparts. They use these mouthparts to burrow and anchor themselves in the flesh of the host, much like a harpoon. One of the most fascinating features that both of these worms possess is the ability to alter the host's behavior. Both myrmidid nematodes and Gordian hairworms induce water-seeking behavior to their hosts. They do this by altering the concentration of salt within their host's blood. So how did the queen ant get infected? This is what probably happened. So an aquatic insect, for example a mayfly, a dragonfly, a dovenfly, or a mosquito got infected with the myrmidid larvae while living in the water. What may have happened is that a foraging worker fed the larval queen ant the infected host. The worm would then continue development inside of the queen's body. The queen probably mated during the nuptial flight due to the fact that I caught it without any wings. After moving the queen ant to a new test tube, there was a sufficient amount of water, which allowed the myrmidid nematode to emerge. There is little research on myrmidid nematodes, horsehair worms, and other helminths. It is truly a shame because these worms are fascinating. However, they pose no threat to humans and can only infect arthropods. Many viewers may find this worm horrific, but what is more horrific is that only 6% of you are not subscribed. So if you want to support this channel, smash that like button and subscribe! Let's go!